So last night was very upsetting. I want to reach out and thank everyone who was giving support to Barbecue last night. What was done to her was absolutely disgusting. And the people involved are very dangerous people. We're going to do a little investigating together. And for those of you who may have missed last night and what happened, here's a little recap.
An hour and a half ago, Barbecue texted me and there was a live being held. It was Chase's live. Ocean was in there. Kylan, Chaps, Bertha. You're still echoing, babe.
Okay, I'm gonna leave and come back out. Sorry,
You're okay. So there was a live that was happening, and Barbecue texted me, letting me know that Barbecue's biological mother was in the box talking on Chase's live with all of these people like it was no big deal. Mind you, this is her biological mother who literally, as you have heard, was in on her being abused. I mean, she has nothing to do with this woman. Absolutely nothing to do with this woman at all. And they sought this woman out in an effort to hurt her. So I did text Chase to ask Chase if she knew what was going on. So I do want to say, I don't know about that situation, but the rest of them, like, all of this is insane. I just have a hard time believing people didn't know. This is...
Yeah.
And I don't mean that rudely. Have any of them reached out? No. And I haven't gotten a text back since I was basically told that if I find out you're getting me involved in blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I'm done. Like, I've tried to...
She's worried about her being involved?
I told her I'm just done. Like, I've tried to help. I know we've been through our own stuff, but, like, this is...
Now, there was a lot of people in the live last night that were wondering how this even happened. Like, how did they even find out who Barbecue's mom was? We don't know. A lot of people in the comments were saying that Delta was responsible because he's the attorney, that he was getting this information. Now, if you don't know who Delta is, let me remind you.
No different than lazy eye Lopez. Look like a goddamn. She's got one eye looking at her nose and the other one looking in another direction.
Lazy Eye Lopez.
She makes fun of everybody else.
Oh my God.
Her son's old enough. He's not a kid.
You can run with her all day long.
He's not a kid.
You can run with her all day.
She makes fun of everybody else.
Oh my God.
Now, you don't want me to bring your son into this too, do you? Because I sure can, or I'll be...
With this comment where he says, did I say it? Yes, I could have been out of anger. Most likely would I ever do such a thing. Now, he's talking about in reference to coming after my child, okay? Most likely would I ever do such a thing? Most likely. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Is that some like passive aggressive, like I could, maybe? Yeah, we know what kind of person he is. But not everybody does. And I think it's important that y'all know, for awareness and for your own protection. Okay, so this is for awareness purposes only. And I really debated on whether or not I should do this or not. But considering what happened last night, the lengths that these people are willing to go to, the danger that these people are, I think it's very important that other people are made aware. People need to know. So we did a little investigating. And when you Google Delta 7100 TikTok, you get a little Cash App here that comes up. Tony Garisi. Okay? So that pops up telling you who this account belongs to. So the next thing we do is we go over to Facebook and we confirm, is this indeed Tony Garisi? I'll recognize that fucking nose anywhere. Yeah, very recognizable. Yep, definitely the same guy. A little bit thinner, but definitely the same guy. You can still see that chin wanting to come back. But we want to make sure, so let's just get a little more validation.
This is how legends are made. Above it all, untouchable, a new animal. This is how legends are getting stronger.
Delta 7100. A video found on his Facebook. So we see that Mr. Tony Garisi went to Ferndale High School and lives in Ferndale, Michigan. From there, we're able to do a little research and find out that Anthony Garisi has a little business, but it ain't no attorney business. No, he's a repo man. Comes and takes your fucking cars. And Trev Recovery out in Fraser, Michigan. You should see some of their reviews. They actually are F-rated by the Triple B Business Bureau. Yeah, that's a pretty bad rating. You ain't even rated Triple B, you rated F for fucking failure. Terrible people accusing innocent person for something he did not do or even associated. Think twice before dealing with these people. I didn't even want to give 1 star to these people. They need to be shut down. They're horrible. They treat your stuff horribly. Stay away. No, Rose was nice. Brian says, terrible. He had me waiting for an hour for my vehicle because they had it blocked in by vehicles they had broke. DM says, terrible, terrible, terrible establishment. They destroyed my car, cracked excessive amounts of mud through my car, stole my daughter's iPhone, stole my baby's car seat. That's pretty fucked up. Most definitely a bad place if you get towed. They will take your engine and parts out of your car. They are all asshole. I through Katie was good person, but nope, they be stealing. It's a dumpster fire. Andrew of Recovery, overview of Triple B ratings, rated an F. Why? Failure to respond to 2 complaints filed against the business. Apparently, they don't care that people are complaining that their shit's getting stolen. But what's really interesting is when you look up the People versus Cavender. Yeah, apparently this guy was arrested. This isn't Delta, this is somebody else. This is Cavender, okay? Who was arrested for having possessions, less than 25 grams of a controlled substance. And it goes on and on talking about this case and how it went. And the guy was trying to argue like that they didn't have probable cause for the search, okay? So the defendant's arguing that allegations were insufficient to establish probable cause. And the police are like, no, we got plenty of probable cause, and here's why. Well, they had significant evidence to say that this guy was in a narcotic trafficking, like he was actually trafficking drugs. And the reason why is because based on the review of the allegations of the affidavit, they concluded that there was a substantial basis for finding the probable cause. The affidavit by Detective Brian Burwell, a narcotics officer with 14 years of experience and extensive training, noted that the defendant had prior felony drug conviction and the defendant frequented a building on 9 Mile Road connected to Anthony Garisi. That name sounds familiar. The suspected head of a drug trafficking organization. On one occasion, an officer observed the defendant meet with Garisi at the 9 Mile Road location before traveling to 2 homes where he stayed for short periods of time before returning to the 9 Mile Road building. On another occasion, an officer observed the defendant drive from the 9 Mile Road location to a business in Clinton Township where the defendant never entered the business but instead briefly met with an individual who approached his car in an alley as detailed in the affidavit. Now we were able to confirm Mr. Tony Garisi's home address, his business address, and look at that right there, 9 Mile Road. Right here where McDonald's is, right by his house and right by his work. Now it's weird because no matter where you look, his house is blurred out. Wonder what he's hiding. Zillow, blocked out. Google, blocked out. Realtor.com, blocked out. This man went through a lot of work to block out his house, but he forgot a couple of sources. We were able to find out all of Tony's financials, where he lives, where he works. And as far as this goes, I mean, I could take a screenshot of anybody's license and cover up the name and say it's mine. But I like to see with my own eyes for myself who people are. Now, people know if anything comes, any harm comes to me or my family, this is the man responsible. I believe that he is very dangerous and that he has no business working on this case. People have no problem threatening children. People who run drugs probably run humans too. This is an indication to me that Sebastian was trafficked, and the people involved are involved.